What it do, YouTube? It's kind of been a minute since I've been on here. Your boy, the angel of I am, because I am that angel that you looking for. Alright? Oh, look at that. Got a young love happening for somebody out here. Hey, but hey, main reason why I'm hopping back on here is because, of course, this is crazy. Look, just go outside. It's crazy. You probably don't even want to go outside because it's so crazy, right? Doesn't look too intense. If you live like where I live, everything's kind of calm and quiet. But if you go like two towns over or downtown or, the main capitals, motherfuckers is burning shit. Yeah, you dig? But a lot of that, I mean, I wish I was on here earlier because a lot of this stuff I was predicting like beforehand. I mean, I knew keeping people in the house for 2-3 months with nothing to do would be an easy, simple way to manipulate the mind and make them do stuff that they need them to do. Because, again, we live in a society that's ordered out of chaos. They got to create the chaos. Right now, you can get paid $40 an hour to go out and, loot and protest and do all the rest of that crazy shit. Like, they paying people for that. And it's not like they even hiding it. Like, it's out there. It's literally out there. You can go on Google and find it. Like, it's there. They're not even hiding the fact that they want people out there doing that. Because we have Neptune, which is in Pisces, which back in February, I remember talking about how, like, the delusion of a disease is coming. So they put out this 19 crap, right? And now that they were able to lock people down and hold them into their households, a bunch of people out of work, and of course, man, you see some pop up on your Google, hey, $40 to go loot and steal some shit? What? I get paid and I get to keep this stuff? I'm on it. Like, I'm on it. Yeah. I'm not doing that because personally I do God's work and God don't want me dealing with the devil. Even though I have my tendencies and things that I normally do, but at the end of the day, I'm not about that at all. I'm for the people, and what I do is, things for the people. I do tarot, I work, blah, blah, blah. Okay? But nonetheless, Pluto again is in Pisces. So that is like stringing up the delusion. It's in 20 degrees right now. So that is causing, it's in 20 degrees. There's also a lot of Gemini energy that's being squared on this. So what is Gemini? That is the twins. That is duality. So there's two parties being played here. Now, if you look at the protesting that's going on right now, there's two parties. There's, of course, the protesters, the ones that are actually trying to get something done. And then there's the looters, the ones that are starting this stuff. And the majority of the people that are doing that are, police officers. They've already spotted them doing this and starting fires and stuff. So do you see how they're trying to create this chaos and paint a picture of people that aren't doing what it is that they're showing on the news? You dig? So again, that's that blurry delusion. That's that Neptunian energy that they are utilizing to convince the mind. Next to that, if we're protesting about black folks getting killed and shit, what does looting and all the rest of that shit has to do with getting anything done for us? As a black man, I can underdig. But at the same time, you got to understand, like, again, we live in a society of order out of chaos. They got to create the chaos in order for there to be a style of order. We've long been in the New World Order. We've been in the New World Order since they came here in 18, whatever that date was, and created the Constitution and all that shit. That's been the New World Order, because to the settlers that came here, it was a new world to them. But to the black folks that were already here, okay, it's not a new world. This was our world to begin with. So, because I'm the type of person that believes, I don't believe everybody came from Africa. And if the black folks were first, we were everywhere, period. So at the end of the day, that's pretty much how I see this whole world that we live in right now. which is a dual world. But we live in the world of Cancer. But if you go Vedic astrology wise, Gemini. So we live in a world of duality anyway. So you got to understand like how a lot of these things play out. Right now, the moon is in Libra. So things are going to start calming down, okay? By Wednesday, they're going to start projecting like, hey, we're going to start giving these businesses or even the people a little bit more stimulus checks. Something of that nature is going to start popping up because they got to get people to calm down just a little bit. And then once they get people to calm down and such, we have the new moon or the full moon in Sagittarius, which is crossed with a lunar eclipse, with the south node there. So this is new travels, this is new adventures, this is new, this is new philosophies. So that might actually help the protesters that are out there come up with new strategic ways, seeing that the police and this police state is jeopardizing the legitimacy of what people are actually trying to protest and what are actually trying to get done. And again, we are in an election year, but at the end of the day, Trump is going to be the president again. That's just without a shadow of a doubt, because that's what the shadow state likes. All right, you think Joe Biden's going to win? Like, stop it. Stop it. Like, it's not going to happen. So you just got to be prepared for that, especially if there's a civil war that is, brought into society within the next, 2 or 3 months. Then he can't go anywhere anyway because there's a war amongst the people, which they've been building a war on your mind this entire time. This is nothing new. Like, this is legitimately what they've been trying to do. They've been conditioning people. You got to remember, you got the people in power, and then you got the sheep, which unfortunately happens to be us. But for the beauty of it, you have people like myself who speak in the light. You have, I don't know if you will ever see this video, but shout out to the Peace Dealer. Shout out to Dolo the Pilot Man. Shout out to Black Magic 363. Shout out to Dr. Phil Valentine. Shout out to all these people, Dr. Sabies and so forth, that have been trying to do and spread light to the mind, because this is a war. There's already been a war for your mind. All right, and since Neptune is in its home sign of Pisces, which deals with beliefs and hidden enemies anyway, this is what has to be taken out of the gameplay right now. That's what's happening. With Pluto in Capricorn and is going in retrograde in Aquarius, that's dealing with other people's children. So the Lord needs other people's children, which is us, to get our power back from these people. This is why everything is out, exposed, and in the open. There's no... the only reason why you would be in a delusion is because you still want to believe in the old principles of America, which has never been true. America's never been great. There's always been wars. There's always been bullshit. Like, just look at history. Okay? There's always been death on this soil. There's always been delusion on this soil. There's always been something of that aspect that constantly is done in these times. Especially right now, 2020, the year of 4, the year of karma. Okay? So this country, because it was born under a Cancer anyway, this country has to go through its, rebirth, basically. Because the structure that is in play is starting to get seen through. So they got to do something to build something new. This is our time to get that new to work in our favor this time. But of course, they're going to mix it all up. And, they have these diseases and all that shit that they have putting out that unfortunately may delude us from our actual purpose. But don't worry, because God has his spirits out here, all right? Two of swords, man. Time to slice. Time to slice out this motherfucker. It's time to communicate, because, this also deals with communication. So, and because we are with the Gemini sun, it's the 2. So that's the parallel universe right there. So there's two sides to this party. There's two sides to these decisions. There's two sides to this communication that we all need to start having with ourselves. And that's why I said these rioting things is going to calm down. There will be a group that will emerge from this. And hopefully that'll be more the sane-minded in opposed to the anarchy that's happening out right here. And hopefully people, besides myself, will speak out about the anarchists that are out there, because there's a different agenda. There's two kinds. Again, we're in Gemini. The North Node is in Gemini right now, along with Venus. So love, compassion, values, it's all in reverse right now. We're trying to figure that out. You know what I'm saying? So this is some wild times right now. It's pretty exciting to live in. This wouldn't be in a really good, exciting time to have children at the moment. But, you know, this is still a good, exciting, and learning curve that we can all have within this society. We can start building up towards things. All right, we have Pluto also in... Oh, shit, we got cars trying to fall. We have Pluto... Jack of Clubs. Okay, so this is because it's in the dark. All right, so there's some young things stirring and going on in the background right now. Young communication, things that are just being birthed. Okay, this is fire, so whoever's going to be behind it is going to be very passionate. So be expecting to see a very passionate person appear real soon, talking about all this stuff, finding out different ways of how to fix it or make it better. But know that there's a delusion behind this person's passions. It may not be upon yours. So this is why you got to have proper discernment whenever you're dealing with, you know, these outside peoples, because that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to delude you. They're trying to get your mind, you know, they're trying to warp your mind into what they want. You got to understand that. So... let's see, I was saying there's Pluto and Capricorn, so there's that death to the structure already. There's death to structure. Again, we have the new moon, or full moon, coming on the 5th, which in numerology 5 is change. So this is mutable, adaptable change. So this is a change that's going to happen, but you're going to adapt to it really quick. Relationship wise, like personally, this could be like breaking up with somebody and like not giving a fuck a minute later. Like it was something that you knew that was already going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like it's that type of thing. So we have that kind of change, and then just change in the atmosphere in general. So again, this is where they can come up with like some new law, set curfews. You know, and then you will quickly adapt to it, and people would understand, because of all the looting and rioting and stuff. Businesses and a whole lot of people will get behind that. So you got to understand the order out of chaos that they're having right now. This is what they do. All right, what they've been doing for years. This isn't something that was planned yesterday. This is something that's been implemented, and it all goes with the stars, because they battling in the sky too. And with all these extra planets in retrograde and whatnot, we're just getting a sneak peek of what's about to happen come 2021, which is the year of 5 to begin with. So immediate change is going to come. This ain't over. Even if things calm down and things look, this is not over. This is just the beginning. This is far from over. This is just starting. This is the small peak. This is the equivalence of what is to come in the next couple of years. We're going to have to fight, because, again, this is a war. This is the war on the mind. This is the war on the spirit. Okay? And when they pull them camps out and stuff, and I'm not even trying to, like, make anybody feared of anything. God is not going to put you through anything that you can't handle. Period. And if you one of his soldiers, you one of his stars, he's not even going to put you in the area or position where you can get caught, because he needs you to finish his mission. If you do wind up in one of those things, then that means you will be a big star coming out of that. There will be nothing you have to worry about. No matter what they do to you, it will not affect you in any way, shape, or form. You just got to get out of that mindset. You know, I'm probably one of those people. I don't even know yet. You know, So, again, in the dark, communication. There's people out there, just to go to relationships real quick, because it's also a personal thing too. All right. So there's a completion to a communication. There's something that needs to be said that you've probably have yet to say to someone, something, but the holdback is coming. It's releasing. All right, because that's the whole part of the new or full moon. All right, which is planting new seeds, immediate change. So conversations are due at this point. That's why I was saying they're gonna bring somebody out, but what they telling you is gonna be very deceptive. It could be for another agenda, make somebody else jealous, or we're talking about in the world, then it's like to calm people down until they can come up with something else, because it's also the 10, and if we go with astrology, that's Capricorn, so it's business. It has to deal with structure. But 10 also is a completion in numerology too, because you break it with 1 and you go back to 1. So, that's how you decipher these types of things. And right now the moon is in Libra. I believe I said that earlier. So, again, this is where things calm down. And then we go into Scorpio, and then that's where things, I don't want to say boil, but like some things are going to be planned in the dark, because Scorpio deals with the 8th house. So that's other people's money. That's other people's business. That's, collaborations and things. Hence why I said a group will come out of this protest, out of this chaos. So that group that comes out, that's what you want to like look at, because they're going to have a very strong message that's going to deal with this completion. So, again, you want to be, and they're going to come fast with the communication, sharp communication. They're going to penetrate right into the mind, but you really got to sit back and listen to what they are saying. And if it's not a group from these protesters or whatnot, then it's going to be somebody in office. It could be your governor, it could be your Congress, blah, blah, blah. You just got to pay attention to what they're saying, because, again, with all the energy in Gemini, everything has to deal with communication and duality. Yeah, there's something cool up front, but there's something in the background that's dark and hiding. So you gotta be gotta be oh my God. You gotta be careful with that communication. You dig what I'm saying? There'll be a lot of people emerging. Hell, I'm emerging back on my YouTube, and I'm not expecting everybody to believe what I'm saying, but take the time to hear what I'm saying and then do the research for yourself. You dig what I'm saying? Because, again, these are some pay attention style times, because they really playing with your mind. Think about it. They had you locked up for 2-3 months. Some people still on lockdown, but they still out there riding because they need something to do. They've been in the house. They bored. Everybody bored. So they are willing to do whatever. You dig what I'm saying? And you don't want to get caught up in that bullshit. Because even those people that signed up to do all that looting and stuff, it's only a matter of time before either A, those people have to follow whatever next agenda they have, or B, you go to jail for looting. And duality, man, I'm telling you. I promise you, you want to be, you got to be smart. This is the time to think, not react. Even though you have Mars in Pisces, which is passive aggressiveness, okay? Because Mars is dealing with war, is dealing with aggression, it deals with your ambition, it deals with like how you go about things. So it's hidden in the dark area. So there's dark agendas that are happening right now amongst everything that's happening on the surface. You dig what I'm saying? So this is like Neptune being in the dark, or Neptune being in Pisces. The Mars is going. So whatever Neptune has in mind, it's expanding this bubble, because Pisces is also ran by Jupiter, which I believe is squaring the energy. If not, then it would be sextiling it, because it's in retrograde in Capricorn. Jupiter is. So, and Jupiter is going over Pluto. So I mean, like, yeah, there's an expansion to this bullshit. Like, believe it, man. And of course, a lot of this energy won't end until the summer, but it still will carry out through the end of the year. It's not over. None of this stuff will be over. The Agenda 21 is what they're willing to roll out. So even if they give the people what they want now, next year, that's when it takes effect. They're giving you money now. Who do you think pays for that? Okay, the American people ain't nothing but slaves. They ain't nothing but cattle. So that's what you paying for later through your energy, because we are battery sources. We are energy sources. Why do you think they call it human resources? Okay, come on, man. We got to think out here right now. This is what we're dealing with. And if you want to be sideways and not pay attention to what's going on around you, and that's on you. And right now, I'm sure everybody feels like they living in the Twilight Zone, because we technically are in the Twilight Zone. There's so many things happening around you, and you can only pay attention to so much. Correct? That's the beauty of being a Sagittarius. Like, I see everything. And that's not even to toot my horn or nothing. But, like, it's a gift and a curse. You dig? So, and I got this card again. So I'm just saying, be careful, man. There's people out here that got some plots and ideas and whatnot. Hold up one second. People at my door. So, again, I just shuffled the deck, and this is the next card that popped up. So there's definitely something within this week. All right, if not tomorrow, then sometime within this week, there's some deceptive communication is going to be sharp. Again, if it has to deal with relationships and somebody's coming up with fast communication and expecting you to take it at full face value, and I wouldn't do it. If it's in government, then yes, they're going to come through with full face communication, and I would see right through that shit. I'd wait. You know, if they're going to hand us more money, then, you know, whatever, nigga. You can't stop that. But there's a string attached to this. So that's pretty much how I feel on today's scenarios. I'm going to try to keep these videos coming at least every Sunday. If not, then, you know, whenever I can get to them, because I'm busy in my day. And none of this stuff stops my progress, because, you know, I'm the man of the Lord, even though I have my flaws, but I still got to, he pushes me to do something, I got to do it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So, this is your boy, Angel of I Am, giving praises to the Most High, because without it, there's no us. Without us, there's no it. And you know, there's some wars going on right now, so he needs the soldiers out there to kind of help shape the minds of at least the ones that are quote-unquote woke. All right? Because even the woke is being stirred in a whole different direction, too. It's all about individuality. That's Uranus and Taurus, individual value, because Uranus runs Aquarius, which deals with the people. All right, and then of course Taurus is within the first half of the birth charts and whatnot, so that's your own personal value. So that's your own individual value. If you go to Vedic or Eastern astrology, it's still in Aries. So again, that's personal stability. That's all on you, how you make your moves. You dig? So don't let people out here stir your mind and make you think one thing, or you know. Nah, man, don't fall victim to any of this bullshit that's happening out here, because it will suck you in really fast. And if you do that, Nine of Diamonds, man, there's a gift coming for you. So, again, Angel of I Am, all praises to the Most High. Without it, there's no us. Without us, there's no it. Be safe out there. Just have discernment out there. Be, you know, like really watch your back. All right. And I'll see y'all soon. Deuce.